Yeah. So there's a lot of decisions coming up for the Yankees. Obviously, they have several roster moves they're going to need to make over the next couple of weeks. With like there's 5 guys returning, 4 of which will be in the near future. Okay, this week probably 2. Josh Johnson's supposed to be playing a rehab game tonight in Somerset, and supposed to be activated tomorrow. They're going to need to make a roster move, okay? And then Harrison Bader will be back probably this week or at any point in the next week or so. You're going to have to make another roster move. And then you have Luis Severino, who's actually scheduled to throw live hitters on Thursday, which is fantastic. And then you have Carlos Rodon. Okay, not far away either. And then you have, it's two more. You have Lou Trevino and Tommy Kane. So there's actually 6 roster moves they're going to need to make over the next several weeks or 2 months or something like that. So what are they going to do? I have no idea. Okay, but, with Giancarlo Stanton down, might want to consider Andres Chaparro as a DH option. I know we got Franchi, but maybe you could do a little bit of matchup thing here too. Okay, Andres Chaparro. You want some extra thunder? Andres Chaparro, bring it. He'll bring the storm. Okay, this guy's thunderous as it gets. We've seen him just tearing the cover off the ball in the minor leagues. So I hope that they'll consider him, calling him up. And again, they have to make a move to get him on the 40-man. He's not on there yet. So that's one thing. But if obviously, any roster move that happens with the 26-man, they're going to need to make a 26-man roster move. So still, nevertheless, there's going to be several moves coming. But Andres Chaparro might be a good guy to consider. I'm glad they call up, Oswald Peraza. And I have the lineup for you in a minute, too, and I'll get that to you against the Anaheim Angels who are in town tonight. So, and it's nice to see one of the other players who they just called up recently, Oswald Peraza, in tonight's lineup. Okay, there's no point in calling him up if they're not going to play him. So, but again, what are they going to do? And I know a lot of folks just say, yes, just get rid of Donaldson, get rid of Hicks. But we already know that's not necessarily how the Yankees operate. I think we'd all be very pleasantly surprised if we got up one day and just said, they DFA'd him and released him, they're going to eat the money. I think everybody will be pleasantly surprised, but I wouldn't be holding our breaths for that. So, but several roster moves are going to be coming in the near future. So, it's going to get tougher every time they make a decision. So, like, of the guys that are up here, the most likely outfielder who's probably going to get optioned is probably Willie Calhoun. And he was shown a propensity for putting the ball in play, but it hasn't clicked yet at the major league level. He had a great spring. Okay, as did Franchi, but Franchi's actually has been translating it to the majors, and Willie Calhoun has not been. So I think he might be one of the vulnerable players. Much as I'd like to see him succeed, I just have a feeling it's going to be one of these vulnerable players. So, and we'll see about other guys. It's going to be interesting to see, but it's going to be tougher every time, somebody else is coming back. So, and still, don't be surprised if Burrito goes back down when Rodon comes up or somebody like that, which would be an unfortunate situation. You'd probably rather see Clark Schmidt go down or somebody like that go down for a Rodon call-up, but we just don't know at this point. But with that said, let's get to the nice lineup. Look who's here. Anthony Volpe leading off, playing shortstop. This kid's found his own. Okay, he's not batting 200 yet, but he's coming around. Aaron Judge, batting second in right field. Anthony Rizzo batting third, first base. Gleyber Torres is cleaning up today, DHing, meaning second base is going to be open. DJ LeMahieu's batting fifth, playing third base. Oswald Peraza is covering second today, batting sixth. IKF is in center field today, batting seventh. And he'll probably be a stopgap until Harrison Bader comes back, very likely later this week. Kyle Higashioka is at the dish, batting eighth, giving Jose Trevino a day off. And Aaron Hicks is batting ninth in left field. And guys and gals, I know we don't like to see it or hear it, but in order for him to get trade value, he's going to have to play a little bit. So, but if and the Yankees, I'll give the Yankees this. And by the way, Clark Schmidt's on the hill tonight. Hopefully he'll have continue to make progress in his outings. But back to Aaron Hicks, they've said as much too. They want to try to give him opportunities to build up his value, but they're making it clear that he's not, he's low on the list. They're playing IKF ahead of him in center field. Like it's, they're playing other. It's just, so they're making it not easy for him. And again, he's the major league player. He's making $10 million a year, so it shouldn't be easy for him, right? So he's got to perform, and he's got to act like he cares. A lot of times he's been acting like he doesn't care, and that's obviously they would rather have an IKF in there because he actually shows. He acts like he cares, right? So, it's a couple of unfortunate roster spots that are still going to be clogged, I think, unless they surprise us and move a couple of these guys who are just actually eating up roster spots and money. So Yankees have a boatload of money coming off the books, as we know, the next year and two. But we'll see what the Yankees do in terms of roster moves. We'll see if they're going to pull a Robinson Cano type move and just eat the rest of the money and keep it moving like the Mets did. So, and the Mets also couldn't trade Cano after he got popped. He had no trade value. So they had to eat the money. They had no choice. So Yankees are in a similar situation. Hicks doesn't have any trade value. IKF's got a little bit. Josh Johnson, maybe he comes back healthy and produces, maybe a tad bit. But if you're going to go in an order, it's probably IKF, then Johnson, then Hicks on the very bottom in terms of the last three guys that have some kind of trade value or none on the team. So, but that's the lineup. But with the roster moves coming, who do you think is going to go down and for who is the question. Who do you think they're going to send down for Harrison Bader and even for Josh Donaldson tomorrow? So I'm really curious. I hope they don't send down Peraza. I hope they keep him up here. And I like to see him I like to see him in the lineup at the same time as Volpe and playing well and being a battery mate to Volpe. So I'm hoping that they get an opportunity to be the double play partners for the next decade here, but we'll see. Right. But this is the thing when you have, a couple of guys clogging up spots, it's harder for them to make roster moves. And obviously they're not going to be to our satisfaction or most people's satisfaction as fans. So it is what it is, right? So again, what are your thoughts? Who's gonna go down for who? The 6 guys, remember, who are due back over the next month or so. Again, Rodon, Severino, Bader, Donaldson, Trevino, and Tommy Kahnle's 6. 6 dudes coming back. Some reinforcements are coming. 4 pitchers, 2 position players. So let's get into it, gang, and I'll see you tonight. Hopefully celebrate a win. Talk to you later.